Hello, my name is Onyekeme. If I want to play a particular video of P2B for you, I want you to listen by yourself and hear what P2B said. Because what he said may shock you. You know, P2B, before I play that video, P2B is one kind of a person that when you listen to him talk, you may begin to wonder how we manage to still have such kind of a human being among Nigerian politicians. Forget about people who are trying to convince us that all he's saying is a lie. He's just a comedian. He's this one. He's that one. The truth is, if what P2B is saying is not true, do you think by now EFCC wouldn't have picked him? If they could pick somebody like Rufai, you think it's P2B that they are afraid of picking? Think about that. I don't know whether in the Nigerian politics I've ever listened to anybody who speaks like P2B, speaking with facts and figures, with capacity, with intelligence, speaking with such a convincing aura that this is the man for the job. I want you to listen to what he said.
Okay, but President Tinubu is making inroads into the East. A lot of your kinsmen, like your governor, openly come out to declare for President Tinubu.
No, they were there.
Openly come out to declare, and most of the governors in the Southeast, some of them have switched to the APC. In fact, people like Umahi are saying that this is the true Biafra they need. That's President Tinubu. You know what he has done? He has revolutionized the Southeast. How do you feel? Why is that your people do not believe in you? Your Kenneth Okonkwo that was with you before last election is not speaking for you again.
Okay, thank you very much. All these people you mentioned, apart from Kenneth Okonkwo, were not with me in the last election. So nothing has changed. It wasn't a case of there were too many governors. Let me tell you, there was no single governor with me in the last election. In fact, let me even tell you, I'm even exaggerating. There was no councillor. I did not have one elected councillor with me in the last election. I didn't have a local government chairman, no governor, no commissioner, no minister. So what has changed is even better than I have some senators. At least I have 2 senators. I have 11 House of Rep members. So it's actually improved now. But I'm telling you that in the last election, I didn't have anybody with me. All I want is free, fair, credible election. Today, I'm working with Senator Rabi Kwankwaso, which I'm very happy with. Happy with because
this is a man that called you names in the last election.
No, forget that. Happy, let me tell you why I'm happy. Forget about yesterday and names he called me. Happy because one thing you must learn and see in Kwankwaso is that he believes in pulling people out of poverty. He believes that a child of nobody can be somebody without knowing anybody. And that's where 2 of us can work together to transform this country.
So all of a sudden you're saying we should forget what he said about you.
No, what did he say about me? He didn't say I'm a thief. He didn't say I'm a thief. There's nowhere where Kwankwaso said I'm a thief. Okay. There's no people who say this thing. You can find a place where he said I'm more qualified.
Okay.
There's nothing wrong in that.
Okay.
So many people say they are more qualified than me. But I'm saying, and it's true, so many Nigerians are more qualified than me to be elected, but they are not in ballot. Among those who are in ballot, I'm most qualified. Because, yes, you might be a professor, anybody, anything, but among those who are in the ballot, is the people that are going to be elected. You cannot go and be electing people. It's like going to a game. You cannot be a spectator and be talking about medal. I'm in the field, I'm playing. I'm a competitor.
Inroads into the north is another one. A lot of people are saying, in the last election you didn't do quite well in the north. The last election you didn't do quite well. This time around, it might not change.
Well,
is there a strategy for inroads? Because you can't win the presidency without winning the north.
There's no the strategy is that I'm telling them I can solve your problem. There's no strategy. Rufai, what I want to do is to turn around this country. And my commitment is total. And it's something that people can look at the past, where this man has passed. In small business, in corporations where he served, in where he served as a governor. So it's not something you just say, oh, well, nobody's sure of what is going to happen. There's a verifiable evidence. So if you say you're a person of integrity, let's go where we gave you the last money to manage. What happened to the money? And I've said it now. Show me any other person who left the amount I left while not owing anybody. And I've left that place, Rufai, Anambra State have not bought me a bottle of water since I left. When they are supposed to have a law which they wanted me to sign, to say they will build a house for me in Lagos, build a house for me in Abuja, build a house for... I didn't. Because I said, what I say, I preach. What I preach is what I do.
Okay. I would like to take you on some of the very key issues. These are some of the criticisms against you. They say your criticisms of President Tinubu is quite very shallow. And I'll tell you why. Number one, you hardly prefer solutions to what you will have done as regards pertinent national situation. For instance, while you were giving one of your speeches recently, you said you add 4,000 extra megawatts, you're targeting 10,000 megawatts. Can you give us a breakdown by breakdown of how you are even going to achieve that 10,000 megawatts of electricity?
Fine. What people do here is to, because P2B does not have sophistication of media and everything, to make what I say look like, oh, nobody has said it. Somebody said, if I don't give you power, don't vote for me. Did he tell you how he's going to give you power? So why must my own be in the marketplace?
But you are saying you are different. Can you tell us?
I'm different because where I promised it as governor, I delivered it. And I've said, and I repeat, that in 4 years, we will generate, transmit, and distribute at least 10,000 megawatts of electricity.
How are you going to do it?
No, I'm not going to tell you how. It is not for you to know how. It is for you to look at the man who is saying this. Go and check political promises all over the world. It's for you to look at who is saying this. Rufai is saying it. Can we trust Rufai? Somebody just said, if I don't give you, don't vote for me. He didn't even add 1 megawatt. Instead, he went down. And he's telling you again.
But power production increased.
No.
I mean, we produce more than what we're producing in 2023.
Listen, forget about it. Rufai. Nigeria today, since 2015, no new power plant had been commissioned. Not one. By this government. That's when I mean government investing in it. No new one. And in the next coming years, it will not happen because it takes at least 3 years to do one. So that promise was fake. If you compare it to countries like Indonesia, between 2015 and 2025, Indonesia added 70,000 megawatts of electricity. India, within the same period, added 171,000 megawatts. These are things you can go and verify. Egypt, within 2015 and 2021, added 28,000. Rufai, I was in Egypt, visited the power plants. I was in Indonesia, visiting, even met the president. So, Rufai, I know what I'm talking.
So,
I will.
So you're saying you will do it. How will you do it?
I know how I'm going to do it because it's not for me.
No, I said no, but Nigerians need to know.
They don't need to know.
We can't do blind trust.
They don't need to know. They need to believe in me. That what they want to do is that maybe they've hired you for me to everything I said. They come rush me and no. Rufai, I will do it. I will even do more. I know what it means because I know that
So you're not going to tell us how
the
it
industries in Kano today are not working.